Shalom, shalom. Right? Going live. All right, gonna get right into it. All right, so going into this is about a dream I had. I did a dream testimony. Tell you a little bit about it real quickly and tell you how it came to pass. I'm gonna retitle this. This is speaking as a man, but this is one of the only dreams that I've seen that I could really, that I could really see the interpretation of. Ever since this council going to Houston, it ties into it. It's a manifestation of the dream. Once again, speaking as a man. So I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, Barakatah, Yahweh, Barakatah, Yahushai, double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops, great millstone, much salutation to the brothers, teaching word for the local elect, soon to be elect, most I will. Sooner or later, once I say short the time for us to elect, we're in the time of elect, because the elect work is being done. And all the Israelite foreigners, hopeful Israelite elect, greeting. We always exalt those names, Yahweh, by Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is He is the be, He exists. he is He He is, and His Son Yahweh Shai, He is the deliverer, He that saves, the one that even called Jesus Christ. Mm. His name means Savior, and we need Him Savior more than ever because of these dark times. Real dark times, man. I mean, it's gonna get darker too. But so we don't, lift up our dreams and all that, but we do know the Most High communicates to men through dreams, through visions, through instructions. You know, sleeping up on your bed. I'll get that scripture. But Matthew 2:12. Let me go to that quick. Okay, Matthew 2:12. And being warned of God in a dream, talking about Joseph being warned, and that they should not return to Harag, they departed into their own country another way. And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream. So even into this day, if a man have a dream, the Most High, it could be dealing with you or send you something to see in a dream. So I don't know what the Christians believe, but with the men of the Lord and knowing about this scripture and who the Lord deals with, there is other incidents that men were warned in a dream. So dreams and that matter is important, or to at least examine. It says, and when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, "Arise, take the young child and his mother, the young child being Yahweh, and flee into Egypt, and be thou there until I bring the word. For Herod will seek the young child to destroy him." So just letting you know that the Most High often come as an angel, send an angel of the Lord to give you a message in a dream. Uh, Here's the other one. It says, Acts 2:17, it says, "And it shall come to pass in the last days, said the Lord, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams, man." So it says, so we don't lift up dreams, but we do examine them, especially when it has to do with something highly spiritual. It becomes a testimony. Even wives that dream, and apostles, elders on down, bishops on down, that have wives that have dreams, they share it with uh, the, the man, and you know it might be the end of the world dream, or us, men prophesy on the streets. It might be missiles coming to this place, Edom going, down. It might be children getting judged, whatever the dream may be. But that has to be told if it's something like that, or as a testimony. Uh, so yeah, just want to get that get that out the way. And of course, if you remember the dream, if you had watched the video, it had decent views. Uh, the dream, I'm gonna explain the dream, and I'm gonna explain the manifestation of the dream. Um, so it was a dream about this big house with all kind of brothers there. And you go back to the dream, I'm gonna explain it the same way because I remember it to this very day. So big ass house, and our brother was coming in and out of the house, whatever. And Apostle Bakar was in a dream, and he was working the camera, and we was having some kind of, it wasn't no Passover, but it was kind of like a big meeting or something, what have you. And I said that in the video. They took it down, so you're not able to go back to it. But if you remember what I said, it's exactly the same thing that I said as I'm saying today. And so, I was like, I gotta go to the restroom. When I went to the restroom, I found myself going, trying to find the restroom. Going in and out of restaurants, maybe a couple of places I went in and out of. I remember walking there, and I was like, I can't find a restroom anywhere, you know. And so when I came back outside, it was a little bit of traffic, you know, and I had walked there, but somehow by the time the end of the dream, I was driving for some reason. But anyway, because I started looking for my car, I'll get to that shortly. But anyway, and then I tried to pass the street, like to get through to go back to the house, the big house. I just call it the big house. And it was some. uh, desks blocking, you know, blocking the road, like a line of desks blocking the road, and it was all kind of other kind of traffic, like it was some kind of, you know, uh, party, but it was school desks, you know. There was something going on, and then there was some women that got up on the those school desks and started twerking. I was like, man, I got, I was like, what is this? I got to get back, the hell is going on? So I went to this, I went to a couple of places to see if I can find my car so I could drive through it, you know. Uh, so of course, the last place I went to was this. There was this building, but it was like a concrete wall that went up, and I kept going up. Like how you'd be in a mall, a big mall parking lot, and they have layers, but it was a little bit smaller. But I was going up that, and I'll reach the third floor, and I think that's significant too. I think the third floor, three means learn, knowledge, wisdom, three is for understanding. So that was might meant for me to understand the dream. Uh, but and it was like the Most High pulled me to the side to show me this. That's how visionary it was. So when I went out to look for my car, I reached the third floor, and I went, into this place. I mean, one of the levels, and it was a store, a small store. You know how you have a small, open kind of convenience store, um, but it was it was on that layer, and I looked in the mist, and it was smoke and all that, and I was like, "What the hell is going on?" And I said, "Are they doing a reconstruction or something?" Because it was like the breeze and grayish smoke over there, and this was on a Sabbath night, like on the reality side, it was a Sabbath night. So he said, I forget what word he used. I think he said those are rocks because they look like gray rocks and ashes and stuff like that. He said, oh no, he said that's the crematory. You know, I was like, oh shit. And he's like, you know, I think I asked him, well, what is this for? And he said, don't ask me. I just work it. So basically, it was a crematory where they were taking bodies to get cremated, and it reminds me of basically, it reminds me of the destruction coming. It's going to hit this place for those that are wicked. But the manifestation of it, and I had dreamed this way before the council in Houston, but it was so similar. That's why I call it manifestation. But speaking as a man also, because I don't want to lift up this dream, you know. But I can only speak as a man. That's what it seemed like to me, the manifestation of that dream. So, we went to Dallas, and then, of course, Apostle Kaz there, and then we went to Houston, and we, the Airbnb and all that, and that was that big house. That was that big house, man. And brothers was doing just like the dream. They were going in and out of the house, but it was council. So the desks that were in the middle of the street, which goes back to school or council or or learning, you know, um, I think that's what was significant because we were basically sitting down like a classroom when we went there, Houston, like council. And so, it was a situation. I don't want to, get into that. What happened was what it was between, who needed to hear it, the brothers involved, what have you. I'm not going to get into that, but um, Apostle was explaining, like, we have to get past that emotional shit that, you know, quit acting like, women, whatever the case that needs to be ironed out according to that situation. Or with any brother and any brother that was in the council in the room at the time, beside the brothers that were involved. Overall message. And I think that's why the women were twerking on the desk, because that was mentioned by the apostles saying, we ain't women, and we need to get off that emotional shit, you know, which goes back. So I believe in women. Uh, what else? And then of course the crematory thing. That was just basically a warning for judgment coming for those that don't want to get right, which is missiles coming over here to America. That's if anybody doesn't know, I mean, all the brothers know, but any outsider that's looking on, those missiles of judgment from the Most High that rain upon this place known as spiritual Sodom and Egypt. Like, that's going to happen. That shall come to pass, and it's happening. It's going to happen sooner than what people believe. I mean, Russia is threatening America almost every other day. Um, Russia got ships in the Red Sea. Uh, you know, there's just a lot of brewing up of war and going into this World War III. You know, and we're not only messengers, we're realists. You know, which means we talk about reality and what's going on this current day. We don't sweep things under the rug. You know, so it might be bad news to some people that have an outlook of happiness in this place of America. That's not what's going on right now, and that's not according to the Bible. So, yeah, let me see instructions up on their bed. I mean, I said instructions. Instructions upon their bed, King James Version. Yeah, Job 33:16, and a lot of people don't know this. Uh, a lot of people that don't know truth or don't know the Most High, don't know how He deals, don't know how His Son deals. The Most High gives a man instructions in his mind. I'm going to read that. That's why you have dreams. That's why you have visions. That's why if you a man, such as the prophets back then, whether it be John the Baptist, whether it be Ezekiel, Jeremiah, and all prophets, and when they were back then, they had dreams and visions the Most High was giving them, and they acted upon that, just like Joseph in the dream. Uh, and if that happened today, on the side of Christianity, they'd be calling us crazy. So we know they don't believe in the truth. We know they don't go by the Bible. We know that if Yahweh Shai, anybody of the prophets that were here today, they would be disregarded by the Christian church, the Christian community, the Christian world. They would. Because according to Christianity, I don't want to get into, you know, that subject, but according to them, you can't be a man that was given a dream, to act upon it, especially a so-called black man, especially, you know, any of, if you're from any of the other tribes, so-called Latino and Native American. That's just impossible for so-called black man to receive a heavenly message through his dreams. So those are, hey, this Christianity is built on racism and hatred and murder against the true children of Israel, which consists of the so-called Black Latino America. Period, man. They had a ship called Jesus, and that's another thing. Why would you use the name Jesus? And they had a slave ship named Jesus. It says Job 33:16. Let me go back. Job 33:15. In a dream, in a vision of the night, you know, when you vision, when you have sleep, you know, that sort of thing, when you slumbering, slobbering or whatever, you barely got, you know, they call it one eye open, whatever, you're in between this world and the dream world. Most High, it shows you things. That's why sometimes when you wake up, you be like, damn, was I, you know, and you might ask somebody that's in your household, your wife, your children, was I talking to y'all? And he's like, nah. But in your dream, you was talking to them, and it seemed real, you know? So it says, uh, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumber is upon the bed. And see, that's the mystery of the Most High. You have to really be tapped in the spirit to put things together, to know, like, man, nah, this is according to that message in the dream, just like Joseph. Because when you sleep, like I said, you're slumbering, you know, you're going to be like, damn, I don't even know if that dream is real. But it seems so real. A lot of people are having dreams of the end of the world. Hey, baby have dreams too. Dogs have dreams. They call it, I think they call it REM, rapid eye movement, something like that. But I've seen a dog where he's paddling his feet. And so he got to be thinking of something in his mind. And that's what the Most High, y'all elites, man, y'all better understand. That's how you can't figure out the Most High. You should be afraid of the Most High because He made these minds. He made the beast mind. He sealed the beast mind to be what mind that they have. That's a complexity in itself, according to man. You can't figure out what the beast. You can't see his vivid imagination. That's not. You can't put that on a monitor. You know. And we acknowledge the creation of the Most High. That's why you should fear us. But do whatever you do, because when reincarnation is real, and it's going to come in honcho as when you be reborn back into your body, you dumbasses, man. Why do you think babies are born with diseases and born with complications? Because they got judged from the spirit world, and Most High sent them down in the body to get judged, man. It only makes sense. And it says that in the scriptures, whoever perished being innocent. So you don't perish from this world being innocent. You lived a life back then. Jezebel is here today. And the women that used to follow Jezebel and they had the Jezebel spirit, they here today, reincarnated. He says, then he opened the ears of men and sealed their instruction. See? That men, this is a key point, that he may withdraw man from his purpose. Yeah, because you don't know, man don't know what he's going to do. You know, and there's a lot of men, young men that grew up and they thought they were going to be entrepreneurs, lawyers, doctors. They thought they were going to be teachers. They thought they were going to be football players, basketball players, and they end up being completely something else because the Most High said, "No, I don't want you to do that. I don't want that to be your lot." Just America got a purpose for the New World Order, but the Most High is going to draw His purpose from them by destroying this place. Oh, you gonna fight? You gonna fight with these armies? that all the mighty men are going to come into war. The mighty men are going to fight. The uh, nuclear war is going to come. It says, and hide pride from men. See, can't be prideful because you don't know in the spirit world of things and what the Most High is doing, and how He's instructing the angels and having men instructed in their minds. You don't know what the hell is going on. You gotta draw back your pride. That's why people are in certain relationships or friends with certain people, and these people end up, being murderers, or what have you. So you don't know. You gotta humble yourself to know that you're really not in control as you think you are. So that's when we have dreams. Ain't no way we like that dream. Ain't no way I made up that dream. Ain't no way in my own head that I've ever dreamed anything like that. I've dreamed many things, of course, crazy things, but I'm just saying I'm not making that up, man. While I'm asleep, how could I be making that? And you sleep. Sleep is a form of death, man, or the other way around. Death is a form of sleep. So you're not awake, but something's going on in your mind. You're seeing images. You're seeing things that you could, you know, fear. I know the elites of dreaming nightmares, man, upon their bed. Most High is tormenting them with dreams, man. I know one of them elites have laid down in the bed in the middle of the night in the deep sleep of his, and saw the missiles coming over here from Russia. Those movies that you see, that with movie buffs, that you see as a man, it was instructed on man to manifest that movie, especially movies that are significant to the spirit world or the spiritual uh, phenomenons, uh, you know, similarities. I'm gonna get that scripture too, similitudes. Just like Matrix, just like Avatar, just like one of the latest movies, Civil War. You know, Truman Show, Children of Men, Elysium, Most High. That's a manifestation of things coming to that magnitude. The end of the world, leave the world behind, Independence Day, I Am Legend, so forth and so on, man. All those movies are not for nothing, man. They're not for just entertainment, man. That shit is really gonna happen. And it's not, maybe not in that exact order and that way, but those are bits and pieces the Most High have instructed in man's mind to make that manifest. Uh, what else gonna get? Similitudes. You like it? Similitudes, King James Version. The first two are New King James Version in the Bible. All right, it says, this, okay. I can read this right quick. Numbers 12 and 8. It says, "With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches, and the similitude of the Lord shall be he behold. Wherefore then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses?" I'll look up the definition of similitude, but let me get that in the pocket. What it is. When I look. Second Ezra 4 and 47. And he said unto me, Stand up upon thy right side, and I shall expound the similitude unto thee. That's not the one I wanted, but let me see if this. Yeah, let me look for it again. But I'll be glad when we don't have to deal with these stupid ass. I mean, it works for the time being, but we're not gonna have no cell phones or kingdom Wi-Fi and all these cable wires and shit. We're gonna have spiritual powers, man. Yes. Okay, yeah, yeah. Hosea 12 and 10, it says, I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets. I'm gonna look up similitude definition. Similitude definition. Here's the definition of similar. I clearly said similitude, man, and they looked up similar anyway. And that's okay, because Esau trying to change things with words and all that. And it's kind of crazy that Esau, his new word system is based on debauchery and sodomy and all that BS, man. That's why you got something called Nebula out there. Those catchwords like that they that they starting to implement like babies and all that. Most High gonna destroy their asses for that, man. That's not biblical and that's not moral, man. You damn devils are not moral at all. You damn devils are not, and you slightly laugh, but you laugh with your wine and all that. But don't you know the Most High is gonna destroy your asses off the earth, man? He's gonna destroy your asses off the earth. And we know about the grave. The grave is a chamber, man. A tomb. That's why they got that similar sound. Boom in the tomb. Because you're captured, you're in a box where your spirit goes up to back up to the most high. Goes up back up to it, heaven to the most high. Because he's a father of spirits. But while your body is laying in the grave, you know, in the mental, the conscious aspect of, you know, you in transition, you know, be, between coming from the heavens to coming back to earth, you're basically asleep or in a what do you call it, in a chamber. Because it talks about the soul being in a chamber. And it says similar to resemblance, likeness. Yeah. So you can have a dream and then you can have a manifestation of the likeness of that dream. Just even with the revelation of, I mean, when like the apostles always say, they say, you know, John the Baptist, I mean, not John the Baptist, John the Revelator, he didn't know what he was seeing, man. He just explained it how he dreamed it, you know? So the Most High has to be dealing with you to know what the MOTB is, dealing with you to know who spiritual Egypt is, dealing with you to know who spiritual Sodom is. You know? And I'm gonna do a video later on. Um, this place is filled with witchcraft, and it talks about that, you know, in Revelation also. You know, all that superstitious shit that we, you know, that was back then, like splitting the tree or splitting the pole, stepping on a crack, the black cat walking before you, uh, you know, the the these going under a ladder, you know. Well, who would want to do that anyway? You know, breaking a mirror, you get seven. Uh, that's full of witchcraft, man. And that was all implemented in our childhood life. A damn Ouija board. They got that at KB Choice Store, man. A damn Ouija board, man. So this place is laced with witchcraft, with warlocks and witches and black magic, white magic, and all that. It's a Mardi Gras festation, man, of debauchery and wickedness right here in America, man. So we know this place is spiritual Sodom, man, spiritual Egypt, and we know this place is Babylon and Rome to be destroyed. And we've shared similitudes of this in Rome, even the system set up, the plebeians, patrician, Democrats, Republicans, and then you had the slaves that you know made contribution to those two dynamics. They either vote for the one or the other, and it's all a demonic system, man. It's crazy. Anyway, like analogy, uh, interchangeable, parallel, agreement, um, resemblance, on and on, man. You know, so that's what the Most High will show you. You know, some resemblance, some parallel, something parallel to where you could put together the pieces. Like, man, oh shit, you know. You might have a wind that happened in your dream, a strong wind, and then you look on the news and you know there was a tornado or hurricane in a city. But like I said, a lot of people are having end of the world dreams, even children. Man. It said Most High says spirit, he pours spirit on all flesh, even these Edomites, even these other nations. And I think maybe if you look on TikTok, there has been incidents of these other nations having dreams or what have you. But a lot of those people that, uh, you know, that have a testimony about their dreams about the end of the world is basically in America. 'Cause this is going to be the first end of the world over here. So it makes sense that they would have more dreams about the end. I'm telling you, this is right here in America. If you want to, there's so many movies that relate and have similar teeth, I'm saying, right, similarities to this place of America. They have they manifest that in the movies, and one of them is what else is it? Oh, Judgment Day, Sarah Connor, but the other one is what was I gonna say? I lost it. But that's a good one, Sarah Connor. You know, Wizard of Oz. This is none of the Wizard of Oz, man. Where Dorothy, I've broken that down before. Where Dorothy, which means Judy Garland, her real name is Judy Garland, which means Judah in a strange land. Judy comes from Judah. Garland is strange land. She was a woman in a strange land trying to get back home, and she met some friends along the way. She was going down a road to meet a wizard, you know, which was spewing out witchcraft. It's just like coming to. They got a movie song called "Coming to America." And, oh, the land of freedom, the land of you know liberty and justice for all, the land of equality. Those are lies, and those are evil philosophy that make you think you're not dreaming, make you think that this is the real world. You know, if you want to recheck and examine that, nothing's fucking real in this place. Water is not, you know, real water. You got plastic, you got poison. The air we breathe is not real air. Uh, you shouldn't be suffocating. Have to worry about catching an airborne disease. You shouldn't worry about catching, fish from the water and as a fisherman and worry about the water being contaminated. So, the fish is pretty much poison. Shouldn't even have to worry about war. But these things, you know, they're here because the world is not right, you know. Foundations out of course. It says Psalms 82 and 5, it says they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. I have said you are gods and all of you are children of the Most High. You shall die like men, fall like one. So there's a darkness. There's the foundations of earth are out of course. So, you're gonna have dreams of the end of the world, dreams of war, dreams of pestilence, dreams of, many people dying. You know, we're supposed to be immortal. We used to live much longer. You could read in the Bible almost 1,000 years. When you look at a so-called black man or black woman, you know, foremost, with even the rest of the tribe, and they're like 90, 100 years old, they're not supposed to be old and decrepit. They're not supposed they supposed to be full of gray, but have a youthful look, a glow on their face, you know, or still, speaking as a man too, that's how I picture it. You know, you're gonna, you're getting old in the heavenly state. You're not really old. You're just ancient. That where's the Quan? You'll have a full gray hair, but you'll still look youthful. You'll still look, you know, I would, you still young. All those wrinkles and shit, you know, I'm, jumping subject, but that comes from stress, man. Our people have been beaten down. That's why, when you go back to those slaves, they look horrible, man, because they've been beaten and pressed and stressed out. That's one thing. I'm gonna tell you something about me, man. That's one thing I don't do is stress. I don't really stress, man. And I say that humbly. Why? Because I know. I mean, I'm talking when I say, stress concerning what the end of the world is gonna be, or the stress about the war, or the growing war and stuff. Because it's out of my hands. I can't control that, and I know the Most High is orchestrating it. I know He is. And that's why I never stress because of the Most High, because I know that He's real. I know He's going to take care of me. Of course, we go through trials and tribulation. You got to do things as a man in the flesh. And I just couldn't just wake up to riches and Most High say, bling, there you go. There's things that we got to work for, our crown, our salvation. But as far as, what we can't control, or, you can't stress over that. You know, of course, we always know it's easier said than done. But anyway, yeah, but yeah, I think that's it, man. Um, Hopefully it was edifying. Yeah, the dream, and if it wasn't, it was a similitude, man. It was something parallel to where I could put something together, man. Make sense to me as a man. You're gonna see more of that, like things that you dreamed of, gonna be manifest. The Most High is the one that made you dream it. He's the one that put the instruction in your mind to dream that, you know. And while people are happy, trying to go to back to norm or whatever you call it, and trying to live their life, they're gonna have some dreadful dreams that they're gonna be like, "What the fuck did that mean?" You know. And none with me, none to do with me going to college. Has nothing to do with me going into the entertainment world, being a football, basketball player. That was some crazy stuff. You know? Anyway, see if I can get a last scripture. Began to be manifest. King James version. They got a show called. They got a series called Manifest. Okay. Yeah. Wrath, Romans 1 and 18. For the wrath of God of Yahweh is revealed from heaven by Hashem Yahushua against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness. The wrath, because that which may be known of God is manifest in them, for God has showed it into them. For the invisible things of Him from the creation of the world are clearly seen. So we're talking about mystery Babylon. We're talking about uh, modern day Rome. We're talking about reincarnation. How is that clearly seen? By the things that are made. Like I said, you got some of them videos where them babies are coming out the womb, looking at them parents like, damn, I'm you know, they make memes out of it, but like, I'm in a broke family again, man, you know, or, you know, here I am again, man, looking around in the hospital room because he just left the spirit world. All these men that are going to war, I got bearing arms. They were children before. They didn't know they was going to bear arms. Putin didn't know he was going to be, you know, president of Russia. Any of these other presidents and ministers, prime ministers, and congressmen, they didn't even know when they were little children. They didn't know they was going to become that. Most High put them in that seat, put them in that chair, that lot. When you children, you just playing, you stumbling, you barely walking, you bleeding from your mother's breast. But then you grow up and you become Hitler. You grow up, you become, you know, Putin. You grow up, you become Edom. You grow up, you know, or you know, you born as you, but you grow up and it's manifest what you will be. Edom, that's why he don't believe he's Edom in this time. He's been reincarnated as children, not knowing anything, but somebody knows something. A lot of child know who they are. They never lost. You got generations. You got fathers that are already here on earth. So if your children don't know because they're born back into the earth by the loins of their father, guess what? Their fathers know. And that's the thing about the fatherhood of Esau, because Esau is the father of Edomites. They don't share with their children all Edomites true information. They got a bloodline and a brotherhood amongst them, their core selves that the rest of the Edomites don't even really consider. They're just normal people in society, whether they go to church or whether they go to school or college or whatever. They don't know that's HIT, but the elites know. Just like our people. They don't know what's going to happen. They don't know about the mystery. They don't know about dark sayings about this world about to be destroyed. But we know. The only difference is we tell them. And one, the only difference is on the flip side of the coin is they don't tell it. That's why I said they're going to complain of an ungodly father. They're going, you know, they're going to say, surely from our father we have an inherited life. Because he does, it says there's no truth in him. So he's been lying to his own children. Like, look, we are the children of God. And oh, look, we don't have to worry about anything because, you know, God loves us. It says, for the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things are made, even his eternal Godhead, being eternal power in Godhead, so that they are without excuse. They're going to be without excuse. Our people are going to be without excuse. You know, if the most, if they at least love the Most High, and if America loved the Most High, they would open this book, and it would be a banner, a law in all places, school, education, um, science, you know, uh, job, employment, engineering. You'll see Bible scriptures all over your the walls at your job. This place will be flooded with the scriptures. They truly believe in God. You know, they wouldn't bear arms. They would come from a Christian, so-called. They would come from a moral place. I mean, yeah, a moral place, which is not to be into carnality. You know, they say, and then you say, well, why? How do you rule without? And when it's different other carnal nations on the earth striving for position of power by carnal means, by military means, how do you match that? How do you defeat that? You know, and the question is, well, I mean, the answer is, well, you're right. You gotta have bear arms too, but you put in a position to bear arms. We're not in a position to bear arms. So-called nigga Latino and American. So the Most High put you in that position. Well, it fits you. You're right. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go to war. You're supposed to get out your weapons. You know, the gunman have a gun. You're supposed to get out your swords. But we don't have it because the Most High didn't want us to be those kind of people. So he let the so-called white man have the guns, have the sword. That's black. So you can't say that the Most High is not in control of this thing. You already have the sword in your hand. That's who you are, and you can't put it down. You are the sword. What does it say? The wicked, which is thy sword. You are the sword. Even if you did put your sword down, you would still be the sword, which is thy sword, King James Version. That's how we know we are. Psalm 17 and 13, it says, arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. The wicked is the most high sword. That's why you got the police on Negroes, to put Negroes in line, or police killing Negroes to let you know you can't overtake this place, and you're ruled by a wicked society. That's why the Negroes go to court and they can't get no justice. Because Most High is letting you know these are your enemies. Agree with thine adversary, come back into the word. I'm giving you time to get your shit right, Israel. I'm giving you grace, a little space to get it right. And then the judgment. Then the judgment. And what is Israel doing? Not taking heed. The voice of the fathers on the street, Israel not taking heed. And these niggas are waxing worse, to the missiles. You know, you want judgment, missiles come over here, Sarah Connor. Because remember, Israel, before I get off here, remember, same ones that in these high seats of our people that somewhat of a, I wouldn't even say elite status, they're just rich. And even those that, behind the curtain with some kind of black elite status, the models that you're following, the models that you consider before the prophets are the same ones that's influencing your daughters to be whores, influence your sons to be pimps and drug dealers, and influencing your children to be gangbangers, that's death. That's something Esau would orchestrate. That sounds like Edom. That's Cain killing Abel. Yeah. So the Most High got judgment coming. Those kind of people. Anyway, hopefully they'll find the next video. I just had it longer than I was just, I'll just also talk about a few other things. But that main thing about my dream, it was manifested. It manifest, and it was that clearly manifest. I thought about it when I got back. Actually, I was like, "Hey, wait a minute, that's the dream I had," and so that's why I call it the manifestation of it. And I also, I still speak as a man. Anyway, so